contributes more than the actual exports that are done from Kenya out to the other countries. So I think we need to give a clap to ourselves for the Kenyans in the diaspora space that actually are doing a lot of investments back in the country. That is a great thing, and I really appreciate the fact that you're here with us. And even for the ones who are in Kenya, you're still pushing us to make sure that we continue building our country. So in this forum, therefore, we are looking to have the demystification of investment opportunities here in the country. And our CEO, he always tells us the best time to invest was 10 years ago, but the other best time is now. So in this particular session, I will ask us to feel free to ask any questions, to raise any concerns, to comment on our chat section as we continue on through the session. And at the end of the session, we will have a question and answer session right after that. So feel free to engage us on the chat. Our able team will be able to take us through the inquiries, any concerns that we may have. And this time I will ask our CEO to say a word, even as we look forward to introducing him later on.
Thank you very much, Precious. I hope you can hear me all.
Yes.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. If you can hear me, you get an opportunity to unmute yourself and reply to my greeting.
Good evening to PK.
Good evening. Thank you.
Good evening.
So as we start, may I ask us to all mute ourselves? If you are not asking a question, kindly mute yourself. Oh, sorry, Nema, yourself to the official name. So thank you. Once you don't mute yourself, you'll be forced to be muted by our active hosts who are working behind the scenes. So to start with, I want us to say good evening to each and every one of us. Good morning to the US team and the Canada team. And good afternoon to those guys who are still having their lunch hour. At this moment, I would like to ask us to type on the chat where you are joining us from. If you are joining us from Nairobi, from the Europe, from UK, from US, wherever you are joining us, please let's know who is represented in the room. And again, as I requested us, let's ensure that we are filling our, we have named ourselves in the right way. So thank you very much. I can see people are still coming in, and thank you for coming in on a short notice. I believe we are going to interact more and share more investment opportunities on what is available in Kenya. So I'm waiting to see, maybe Precious, you can help me know which countries are represented. You can read for us maybe the first 5. Thank you.
All right. John Kemani, karibu sana, he's from France. We also have Monica from France. We also have Harrison from the Netherlands, Nefat from Berlin, Germany. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Victor is from here in Kenya. Asante sana. Steve is joining us from the UK. Lois from France. We have Patrick from Kenya here in Nakuru. Karibuni sana.
Thank you very much. I believe we are on to go on. And as we said, we'll keep time because we believe in starting on time and ending on time. So should you have a question, please type it on the chat. Please start with the word Q or with the letter Q, capital Q, so that our team is able to identify that as a question, not a comment. But feel free to comment, feel free to ask. Whatever we'll be able to answer, we'll answer. Whatever we cannot be able to answer, again, I believe we'll be able to share the relevant references as time goes by. We are live on our Facebook, we are live on our YouTube, and also we are recording this presentation. In case your friends are not able to join today, they can be able to join to have a look at it later. So once again, we want to sincerely thank you for joining in large numbers. I know it's some places it's very late, especially those in the Middle East. It is already past maybe midnight. And also those in Kenya, it's already 9:10. So we thank you for sacrificing your evening to be here. So I will start, and I'll ask the person sharing the screen to start sharing the screen now on the brief presentation that we are going to do. And we are going to share about investment opportunities back home. For those who have listened to me speak in different countries or in different occasions, I have been candid to share the different investment opportunities in Kenya, regardless of what industry I represent. This is because I believe my people perish for lack of knowledge, and therefore when we share the knowledge, we are able to sharpen each other's skills. But before I start, I want to thank the team from Nyota Njema, which is here. Thank you, Team Nyota Njema. And I also want to appreciate specifically our chairman who I saw joining, our chairman of the board. I have seen him join. I don't know whether he has been admitted, who is also together with us, because in Nyota Njema, we believe in corporate governance, ensuring that we follow the right structures. So Dr. Nelson, welcome. We are grateful to have you join us together with the other board members also in attendance. At this moment, as I wait for Sylvia and Anthony to start sharing the screen, I want to welcome you once again and to start by saying, they say, if you want to cut a tree today, think about how long it has taken to grow. A tree, if you want to plant, to cut a tree today, it has taken maybe between 15 years to 20 years to be a mature tree. The same, in the same manner, if you want to enjoy your investment today, you must backdate it and see when you should have invested. And that is why it's called an investment, because it takes time to mature, it takes time to become viable for earnings. And therefore, as we start the discussion today, I would like us to be open, to listen together, to share together, and more so, make sure that we are able to get our desired goals in our life. To start with, I think I cannot see my screen be shared, so I'll share mine. I believe in always being ready. So I'm always ready with a backup plan. So let me share my screen so that you're able to see what we have for you this evening. So in case you cannot hear me, let me know by a show of hand, and I'll be more than glad to help you in the same. So can you see my screen? Precious, you are my contact person.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. So let me try what I'm supposed to do to make it run as a slideshow so that I don't make anybody struggle on their eyes. So thank you. So I'll stop sharing. I first of all open it again, then I will be able to start sharing once more. So at this time, Anthony, are you able to share for me? Anthony, if you can hear me, please talk to me. Great. Can everybody see my screen? Please type the chat yes, so that I know we are together. If you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. Let's continue then. So if you can see my screen, let's continue with the discussion.
I can see. Yeah. Can you see the?
Okay, I'm continuing, Anthony. So to begin with, we want to welcome you to Nyota Njema Real Estate. That beautiful photo is our team. This was taken last month on 6th when we are doing a handover ceremony of title deeds in KICC. So from there, we move to the next slide. I want to share our vision and mission so that you know why we are here tonight. I start with our vision, which is to provide integrated real estate investment opportunities in Africa and beyond. We believe that one day we are not only going to be serving Kenyans, we are going to be serving African and maybe, God willing, serve the whole world. Our mission is offering customized real estate investment solutions through exceptional customer service, with our core values being integrity, excellence, commitment, customer-centric, and innovation. I move first to say when we were formed. We were formed in 2019, in the month of December. That is when the company started operating. And with the name of providing investment opportunities. Please note, we provide investment opportunities in properties for individuals and groups. In the last 4 years, we can say confidently that we have been able to process more than 1,500 title deeds to Kenyans living in the country and those living in diaspora. We have had successful handover ceremonies between 2022 and 2024, every year without fail. And the last one was the one, this photo that is here was taken in KICC on 6th of April 2024. Our success has been attributed to affordability and of the projects and having projects in strategic areas with flexible payment plans. As I'll be mentioning, we ensure that we do our due diligence, our feasibility, to ensure everybody who goes to the site is confident with investing in our projects. But now, besides what we do, I want to start by sharing why you should be investing in your money. And before I start saying about investing, I want to answer a question that most people ask: who should invest and how much is too much to invest? Let me start by saying anybody can invest as little as they have, as far as they are willing to invest. This is because the moment you decide to invest, you are going to sacrifice some amount of money to invest in that money. In our earnings, there is a ratio of what we call 50-30-20. And 50-30-20 means you spend 50% of on your basic needs, what you need for rent, for house, for transport, but also you spend 30% sometimes in basic wants, or what you want to get maybe for pleasure, for holiday, for such. And therefore, after that, you get yourself to have 20% on what we can say is for your savings and investment. And therefore, even if you are earning as low as 10,000 Kenya shillings to as high as 10 million Kenya shillings per month, you can use that matter of 50 in needs, 30 in wants, and 20 in savings and investment. However, should be understood that if you don't start investing with the little that you have, even when you get a lot of money, it will be very hard for you to invest. Therefore, it's good to inculcate a culture of investment from as little as you are earning at the moment you start working. Therefore, what do I mean by this? If you are earning, for instance, 50,000, and you know you live within 30,000, that is what, or 25,000, that is what you pay for your rent and food, you can say the other 20 is for maybe leisure, I can enjoy myself, go for a holiday and such. But then you have also to remember you need some savings or some investment. And if you start disciplining yourself when you are earning little, when you have stabilized your income or you have stabilized your life, you'll be getting, you have a house, you have a car, you have your children are getting schooled or they are educated. So what you will be doing with the income that time, if you had not inculcated a culture of investment, you'll start getting confused with the money you have because you no longer need money to buy a house, you no longer need money to buy a car, you no longer need money to invest in school fees. So at that time, what happens? You start misusing the money or sending people every time you hear there's a contribution, you are the one who is giving the largest amount. Not because you have a lot, but because what you have, you don't know what to use with it. And it's therefore my advice to everybody listening and watching me today, that whenever money you have, start inculcating a culture of investing at least a portion of it. This is because when you start with the 50-30-20 rule, when it comes to a certain period when you have already stabilized on your basic needs, on your basic wants, you now start capitalizing on increasing the amount that you are putting in that tire of what we call the investment and savings, and you start investing more. So the equation may end up changing and say, I'll spend 20% of my income on my needs, I'll spend 30% on my wants, or 20% on my wants, and 60% or 50%, I'll spend it on other investment and saving activities. And thereof, it is good to state here that based on your age group, you can also decide on how you retire. I always try to share with Kenyans and tell us, it's good not to think about retirement when you are so old. Start thinking about retirement as young as you start earning. This is because the moment you start thinking about retirement, you start investing for the future. Number one, when you retire, you already have 3 options, and I have shared this in many platforms, so it's not maybe the first time you are hearing it. When you retire, you only have 3 options. You can retire from the TIR to retire, putting new tires to start another job. That is when you see somebody has retired at 65 years, and that is the time they are starting. Please, if you can help me mute, my co-host, please help me mute, and members, let's mute so that I can be able to proceed without interruption. This is when you realize that somebody has retired at 65 years or 55 years based on the year on the country that you are working in. And once you retire, you start thinking of when you can start a hardware, you can start another shop, another kiosk, so that you can sustain your lifestyle, because money is not enough for you. Therefore, if you are not planned for investment, you start working more even when you are retired. Number two option is you depend on your children, depend on relatives, which is also not sustainable for so long, because you also have their lives to live. And therefore you become a burden to your family, yet you had an opportunity to creating your passive income, which can help you earn a living even after retirement. The last option is you get depressed, and because you don't have another source of opportunity or income, you die. And I believe when you die, when you get depressed at that age, you don't have a rebuttal. So you just die because your risk appetite is also very low. And therefore, to avoid the last two, it is very important for us to have some passive income, which is equivalent to at least 2/3 of our current income, so that you can sustain the same lifestyle we are living at the time of our retirement. And therefore, there are a few reasons I'll be sharing here as to why you should invest. Number one is to grow your money. It should be understood when you put your money in the blanket or under the pillow, as most of us do because you want to have tangible assets or tangible money in your home, I want to tell you that money is not growing, because in our lives, we are always having factors that affect the value of the money you have. There is inflation. For instance, the inflation could be 7%, 8%. You have put your money idle in the house. That money is not appreciating in value. It is not helping you, and therefore it is depreciating. Sometimes you put it in a current account, which is not earning you any interest from the same. When you put the money in a current account, another thing that happens, that money depreciates at the rate of inflation. Therefore, if you had put 1 million in a current account because you want to access the money anytime, at the time you want to withdraw that money, it gives you so less value because maybe the inflation has shot at that time. And therefore, if you want to have a better way of managing your money, it is good to grow your money through investment as opposed to growing your money through a saving in your own current account or in your own house. Another way, I've already shared about saving for retirement. It is good to know when you have the energy, when you have the capacity to do 1, 2 jobs at the same time. For those living in diaspora, I know the way sometimes you operate. You have to do 3 jobs, 2 jobs, so that you can sustain a certain income. The energy you have to do those jobs right now will not always be with you forever. And therefore, it's good for you to understand you are enjoying your you start investing when you have the energy, so that when you don't have the energy, you can be able to have some income coming from your investments. And therefore, I ask, most of us work for between 8 to 15 hours. If you work between 8 to 15 hours, you earn some money, but you end up spending the rest of the hours that you have eating the money that you have already earned for those few hours. It is very critical for you to understand investment is what you sacrifice your present gratification so that you can have future enjoyment of the returns. So going forward, another thing is you invest to earn higher returns, and that is why you have different investment classes which give you different investment returns or interest on your investment, return on investment. Those are good to know. If you don't have financial goals, you cannot invest because you think you are living every day at a time. I believe everybody here has financial goals. And if you don't have them, please go and write them down. As I always encourage my team, if it is not on paper, it is vapor. And therefore, it's very important for you to start saving or planning your investment goals as early as now, so that when the time comes, you have something to measure against. If you don't have a goal, any income that comes on your way is going to be enough for you. Thank you. So the next one is you need to take advantage of compounding. When you put some money in some asset class, like I know money markets does, or other asset classes, you are able to see your money growing for you, even when you are not working on it, because you chose the right investment journey. Another way is diversifying income sources. Again, don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's good to diversify your investment. Another thing is to build on pre-tax dollars. Again, when you have money in your home, it doesn't make any sense. You need to put that money into into an investment that can help you build on pre-tax dollars as well. And again, you have some employers are match programs with what you have. Like for instance, in Nyota Njema, we have been providing an advice to our clients or our members of the public. If you are an employer, you can motivate your staff by matching. Maybe they want to invest, they don't have enough deposit. You can provide something for them, and they will be able to provide the balance from their savings. Then another thing is you invest so that you can start and maybe expand a business that you desire to do. Therefore, as I continue, I want to say, did you know that the best time to start investing is as early as possible? I am happy to say that today I'm proud some of the investors who have invested with us. The youngest of them was 18 years, who was a campus-going student, who saw an opportunity. The money they were getting from their parents was enough to pay an installment of 20,000 per month. And therefore, they told their parents, I'll be able to raise 10,000. And because the parent was excited about the child or the young person desiring to invest, they told them, we are going to match the same. And therefore, I have like 3 customers, 3 young people who have invested from 18 years. I wish I got that opportunity, even when I was also young, to do the same. Because maybe today, I'll be far much ahead of where I am today. The primary advantage of starting early is the power of compounding. Those ladies, or the 2 ladies and the 1 gentleman, they invested in plots when they were going for at least 199,000. Today, the same plots are going between 330,000 to 399 in less than 4 years. That tells you the investment journey has already started earning for them money. If they invested when they were first years or second years, by the time they're in 4th year, the money has almost doubled for them. And that is what we call smart investment. Invest because you have near power of compounding. The same way if they invested in money market, maybe the same would have happened to them, maybe not at the same rate, but at least they would have gotten some increase in their income. Another thing, when you invest in capital, why invest in capital gains, like in land, you are definitely sure it will always appreciate, because I can say confidently without blinking, land is the only proven asset in the whole world that does not depreciate in value, regardless of inflation, as far as it was sold at the right price, if it was not overpriced. So it is very important for you to understand, as you get into investment, there are reasons why you consider different investment classes. Therefore, I want to share a few types of investments. These are not the only investment opportunities that are there in the market. We have many, but as I said, I'll share what is currently trading in Kenya. The first one is what we call stocks and mutual funds. Investing in stock market can be a great way to achieve your long-term goals, and young investors might consider equities, mutual funds, or exchange ETFs, as they have potential to outpace inflation over time. However, this is a long-term if you want to get such investments. And therefore, you check out the stocks. The only trick in this, you must know when to buy and when to leave. Because if you don't have some good advisors, then you may end up losing when you are not aware of the same. The other investment opportunity is in real estate, where purchasing property can be a solid investment if you plan to stay in one place for a long time. And real estate tends to appreciate over time, as I have just mentioned, and can provide also rental income. I have been encouraging my clients, even those who are watching me today. I know some of you have invested in real estate, and it's good to know when you have land, you don't need to do so much on it. You can just decide to plant trees on that land, and it will start appreciating in value. You can decide to invest in maybe doing a holiday home, and it will start giving you some passive income. So it's good to always know, do not leave an unattended property and think it is just appreciating for you. It's good to also protect your assets, because if you don't protect it, we know there could be intruders who can come and start inhabiting your property. I must put a disclaimer here, and the lawyers in the room can confirm, in our law, if somebody stays in your property for more than 12 years, they can legally decide to acquire that property is theirs, if you have not, if there is no rebuttal from anybody. So you may think you have put a caretaker to just be taking care of your shamba, or a neighbor to tell them to farm for you. They farm for you, they have a hand in it, and then after 12 years, they know the law, and they decide to take over the land. So again, be careful on what you put into your property to ensure it doesn't lose all that you have. Another type of investment opportunities in Kenya include shares. Investing in shares meaning buying a portion of ownership in a company, especially with the ones that has been listed. And over time, the shares can increase in value and potentially pay dividends. We have seen some of the billionaires in the world. They know how to buy in shares in small companies, help them grow, and at least at the end of it all, they end up gaining a lot of capital gains and a lot of dividends from the same. So you can also do that. You buy when it's low, shares you buy when they are low, and you sell when it is high. Again, it's like a good gamble. You must be monitoring the same and know when to exit. Money market funds also becomes the easiest and the low-risk fund that invest in short-term securities. They offer better returns than saving in an account, because if you put money in a fixed deposit, maybe based on the amount you have put, it will give you between 7% and 10% or 11% on the higher side. But again, if you put money in money market funds, I know some money market funds give between 12% and 17% based on their asset capacity to sustain that fund. In the same case, money market funds, I know, like for us, Nyota Njema, we are trying to work with some partners like CIC to see whether we can be able to direct our customers, those who have invested in enough land. We don't want to force you to buy more. We want you to diversify your assets, as I said. So we have partnered with people like CIC, where you can be able to get your money protected. And we also look at the risk involved in the same. And as I said, money market fund is a low risk fund investment. The others are bills and bonds. And I know we have had government and corporate bonds, which are loans that give to the issuer of in exchange of a periodic interest payment. This has been trending a lot recently because our government has been pushing the bonds. And I know the last one was at 17.6%. Again, that's a good investment. They have introduced the DOE account, which you can invest for yourself. But the point comes when now you want to withdraw or to get your money back. How do you get it? That is why you need a private manager to help you also at the point of maturity to get you the conversation or the money from the treasury or the CBK. So that's some of it. However, you can invest directly through the DOE account that the government has introduced. So these are the benefits of investing in the different classes that I've mentioned. I mentioned about stocks, where the benefits is potential high returns, ownership in the company, dividends can be shared when the maturity or when the company is making money, and also capital gains, as I mentioned. But the disadvantages, these are high risk, and market volatility can affect the stocks very much. We have seen it in the past, especially during COVID, when there was a disruption, and we saw some stocks losing their value to high levels. Again, it's very important to know when that there can also be potential for us and requires active management to know when to buy and when to quit in the market. Benefits of real estate, I've said about potential for appreciation. Then you can do rental income. Rental income can be a passive income, but also be careful now that the government nowadays is asking for quite some good tax on rentals. It's also good to do your cost-benefit analysis to ensure you are able to make the right margins. And also, you can leverage through mortgages, because assets like land or even houses can be used as security or collateral when taking a mortgage. Disadvantages could be high initial cost, illiquidity. It may not be fast selling. You may not buy it today and sell it tomorrow. And also, it requires property management responsibilities, which now Nyota Njema and other companies come to provide. On the high initial cost for us, like for instance, Nyota Njema, we have made our deposits so minimal so that as many people as possible can be able to invest. We are able to share with them and also give them investment opportunities. The market funds I mentioned, they have capital preservation because the money you deposit, you'll be guaranteed to get it. But again, it has low volatility. It is easy access between 24 hours to 48 hours. You can be able to access your money based on the company you're working with, and also potential higher returns than savings accounts. However, it is limited to, it has some disadvantages. One being limited returns because it's already controlled by other factors, as I mentioned earlier. Then the inflation risk. You can imagine if you are getting 7% or 10% return on investment from your money market fund, and the inflation rate of the country that year is 8%, that year you have made only 2%. So it's also good to look at the inflation risk associated. Then we have the market risk. Some companies they come and promise very high rates, but then they are not sustainable because they don't have enough assets to protect such interest rate for some longer periods. Going to bonds and bids, I've already said it's good. You don't know, you are sure about student income. It's a low risk. It is protected by law. It has high liquidity because you can buy and you can also sell it anytime as far as it is within the maturity period and also the period that you have agreed with the issuer. Disadvantages of this: interest risk, rate risk, and also credit risk, and in the investment risk plus liquidity risk sometimes. And I said, if you're dealing sometimes directly with the CBK, who are you going to call direct? Let me come to home to what I do for my bread and butter. So Nyota Njema, what we do, we ensure that we invest in properties that have infrastructural development, such improved roads, utility connections, upgrade of key airports, and also maybe railway stations, just mentioned about a few. So our areas of investment, we ensure that all these things are factored in. And that is why you see when I'll be sharing our projects of offering, you realize that we have projects in Nanyuki, we have all these facilities happening, we have Diani, and today I was joking with Harrison, who is also on call, and I was telling Harrison, I know him being a rural, they love landing in places, so he can be able to land in Nanyuki airstrip, he can land in Nukunda airstrip, he can land in Malindi airstrips, and if you want to go by the ocean, he can decide to come from all the way from Netherlands and make sure he lands in Mombasa in style. That is on a light note. We also ensure that whatever we are doing, you're looking at the demographic trends like rapid urbanization. It is good to note that since the inception of devolution, we have seen so many remote areas growing and becoming very vibrant in terms of capital appreciation, because when a town starts getting development of roads, the schools start getting developed, security of the area is enhanced, you start realizing that this attracts demographic trends where people not only want to go to Nairobi, but they want to go to capital cities of different counties because they know there is also be all the services that they can get in Nairobi at a cheaper price. And this has been rated at around 44% in the last 2 years. The devolution of counties I've mentioned has led to opening of areas which otherwise would never have been opened. So our unique market proposition is we do a lot of educating marketing like I'm doing today. This is what we believe in. We believe in sharing information. Even if you don't invest from us, you at least you have some investment tips when you're investing with the other partner. Because we believe if you don't get it right, then you go and lose your money. You all generalize and say it is for the bad people. But I believe we are environment which can do the right thing by sharing the right information. I fear not sharing the information because I know knowledge is power. And once you share it out, it helps you to get to acquaint yourself with the right information and also get to know how you can penetrate this market. It's also good to know that through Nyota Njema, we have introduced what we call corporate package, and corporate package where we want to empower our teams by providing investment opportunities. I can be giving my team every year a bonus or giving them a Christmas gift voucher to go and shop. But when they leave my company, they may never remember me because of the gifts I have given them. But if I give them a gift of a plot of land, this will be a remarkable investment that I have created in them. One, I will create for them motivation to continue working better. And I'm happy to say that in the last handover, we gave out 2 titles to some of our 2 employees, which was a great inspiration to us, that we are not only speaking in public, but we're also helping people to understand this and join in and do it from our own office. If you want to empower your team, empower them with an asset that they will remember forever. Can you imagine when they are old and their children are asking them, how did you acquire that plot, which is now millions of money? And they tell you, when I was working for Nyota Njema, when I was working for company X, the boss decided to put for me a deposit, and every month I was paying 10,000, then he was matching 10,000 to make it 20K until I paid for that land. And that is the greatest impact I believe I can live in this world. We have youth internship programs in Nyota Njema, which we have also project dedicated to youths for under 35 years. We have one which is in Malindi. Malindi has been dedicated to youth under 35 years. And sometimes every project in Nanyuki, not sometimes actually, every project in Nanyuki, the first 10 plots, we dedicate them to youths and we give them at discounted rates. And this, I know you have heard us discuss about it, so that we can inspire the younger generation to invest. And in a generation that is changing from the way people are working from offices, to getting money from computers, quoting my president, getting money from computers. These computers, you can operate them from anywhere. People would want to be somewhere, they are watching Mount Kenya when they wake up in the morning, and when they go to sleep, they're watching Aberdares on the other side. As they do their work, and when they want to still make more babies, the equator is not very far from where they are. I believe the adults are watching this program. So what is the process of investing in property? Especially for us, I'm quoting what we do as Nyota Njema. I know this can vary, but there are few things that they cannot vary from other that are basic for you. The first thing, when you want to invest with us, we share with you an expression of interest form. Maybe my team can share such an online link on the EOI, because that is what shows us that you are interested in investing. Then the next thing, we don't believe in you buying what you have not seen. And for those in diaspora, we encourage you to send your friends and your relatives to come and see the site. We have site visits on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And why do we have site visits? Believe, even from the Bible, whenever you step on a land, that is what Joshua was told, you possess. So sometimes you don't have money, but you have, when you go to the site, it shows confidence that you're willing to invest. Then God gives you the wisdom on how to get that money. And some people have cried receiving their first titles just because we made the site visit for them. And when they were on site, they felt this is irresistible. I cannot live without investing. Investment is not how much you have, is how much you're willing to invest. Then when you do that, we give you an offer letter. An offer letter indicates the project location, the project number, the title number, the payment plan, the plot number that you are investing, and also the default clause, whereby if you default or we default ourselves, what is going to happen. Then from there, you require to pay a deposit or a full amount based on the project that you are investing in and the payment plan you have adopted. And from there, this is the most important part. Once you make your payment, it is paramount for you to ask for a sale agreement. I like it when my customers are asking, Perminus, I have not received my sale agreement. It inspires me to see this person understands that you cannot invest in property and say you have invested without an executed sale agreement. In the court of law, an offer letter is not valid because it's an offer I gave to you, you accepted. But then what put us together is the agreement called a sale agreement. A sale agreement is a binding document which originates from the advocate's office to ensure all your interests and our interests are covered and protected equally. It is also very important to mention in this presentation that once you have your sale agreement, make sure you keep it safe. Even when we give you the title deed, the sale agreement is the only document that shows that you bought from us besides the transfers. So the transfers shows us you bought from us, but a sale agreement is also showing we signed when we gave you the land and we agreed on this is how you bought, how much you bought it at. It's very important for you to have that sale agreement executed immediately. There was a case that happened in Kenya, and it's also very good for you to note. This case, there was a mishandling of the finances by the developer, and when they went to court, the court asked the members of the public who are customers, can you provide executed signed sales agreement? And out of all the millionaires who had invested in that project, only 20% had executed their sale agreement. And the judge said, this cannot be handled in my court because there is no legal document showing that you had invested in such. Please, for your own good, make sure you execute the sale agreement. And in case the developer is the one who defaults, we can be held accountable by the same. In case you are the one who also defaults, you don't pay enough on time, we can be able to ask for money without fear. Again, that enhances proper relationship between the seller and the buyer. Then after completion, the title deed will be ready in 90 days. Sometimes it can be within 2 weeks, it can be within 1 month, based on the registry and also the backlog that is there. But we advise the recommended legal time for completion time is usually 90 days. So I don't want to go so much into the details of what I have shared about. This is the corporate package. I said you can buy and give your top employee, top talent, give them a property. I don't encourage you paying every amount. You can pay for them 50%, 70%, but then make them also pay some little amount. Why am I saying this? It makes them feel the worth of that gift. But if you just give them as a cash, everything, they may not feel, they may sell it tomorrow because there's no attachment to it. So again, that is something I want to encourage. The second one is where you can pay a certain percentage, as I said, and then you can allow them to clear kidogo kidogo, or clear for them, then they be deducted from their salaries kidogo kidogo to ensure they get a property. Then the last one is where you can give us an opportunity to come to your own staff. When you have a staff meeting, most people meet on Mondays, invite us and our team will be more than glad to come and share what I've shared this evening. Because I know people work from 8 to 5 and 2 hours they spend on traffic in the morning between 7 and 8 and in the evening between 5 and 7 or 6. And when they get home, they are very tired. So they don't know about investment. And therefore, when they meet somebody on the streets, telling them they can give them credible investments, they don't have time to ask questions and they end up getting conned. So when that happens, you start blaming all of us and saying, we are all thieves, yet we have never stolen a coin from you. Please don't generalize. Get the information, get the knowledge, let people understand. I'm finalizing now because of my time. So what we have done, as you can see, this is we have the youth dedicated project. As I said, some of them we give 10% discounts, others we give 15% discount based on the point of entry. And it's good to understand youths, especially they have time value for money. They will be able to see the work, the investment working for them with time. And therefore, because they are also risk takers, they can decide to be taking a plot every year. And they know after 10 plots or 50 plots or 20 plots, based on how much you want to accumulate, you can be able to invest, to stop investing and enjoy the rest of your life. And people will be wondering, why are you going for holidays every time? There's one old man who sold me some land in Anyuki. And this old man told me, I hope he is watching. He told me, Perminus, I accumulated my wealth when I was working for KDF. Today, I'm retired. I'm enjoying my retirement. So he sells one property, and it'll take for 2 years or 1 year, 3 years, based on the value, and he's enjoying his retirement. He can move from his home. He goes to Nairobi. If he wants to go to South Africa for a holiday, he just does that without fear of getting broke, yet he is retired. He is not depending on pension alone. So these are some of this is a celebration we had last month. It is one of the most fulfilling moments for me as a CEO, where I see Kenyans invest in land and they get their title deeds. And we tell you, once you get your title deed, go and do a search of the same to ascertain that the title is legitimate and what you have given is right. This is the court that was in Nairobi. I'll be doing the same to the guys in the UK because we have quite a number of them. So UK, we are coming next month to bring your titles. I know there's a funeral service today, so most of you did not manage to come. But again, we believe that we are coming to serve you and to deliver the titles as promised. We also motivate our staff, and as you can see it, motivate your employee, motivate that friend of yours who has always been saying, there's no money. And for those in diaspora, instead of giving cash to your mother, to your father every time, you can invest in a plot of land for them and tell them you can be farming some madaros there, some sukuma wiki, and make them have something to do instead of asking for cash handouts to buy the spinach, which they can as well buy, invest, plant on their own small land. Again, when you do this, we believe our testimonials are many. I may not give a chance to share, but as you can see, all these smiles, this is what melts my heart, to see a Kenyan invest their hard-earned money and they get a title deed at the end of the season. Thank you for those who have trusted in us, and we believe we will be able to continue serving you as much as we can. Thank you very much. As I said, we have issued more than 1,500 titles. Last year, we were able to form an association of various stakeholders, which I should also share. We have tried to create confidence in our investors by coming together as developers in the real estate market to make sure that we are able to self-regulate, because the industry didn't have a regulation previously. So we came in to self-regulate and to see how can we be able to protect our customers' interest. We know each other, and therefore we know how we can hold each other accountable without fear or favor. And therefore, as we continue, with this, RESA was gracious enough that in November, they elected me as their spokesperson. So currently I'm the spokesperson of real estate stakeholders in Kenya, and I'm happy that I'm not going to voice any negative voice. In case one has stolen from you and they're part of our membership, let us know. We'll handle them ASAP. But if they are not members of our association, again, we have no control over them because we are not able to go and subject ourselves into somebody's business. So these are the projects we have on offer. I was told by my sales team, if I don't share this, they are going to block me. So please look at what we have on offer. People have asked, and I know Joy, together with your team from African women in Europe, they requested me for some bigger chunks of land, and we dedicated a 20-acre block, which is going to be divided into half acres and 1 acre blocks. So if you have been looking to invest in a bigger land, the land on the side that is fenced is going to be divided into half acres and acres. And maybe unless somebody insists, we can only give the lowest size there being a quarter of an acre. This is to make sure this is a gated community, which you can do villas alone. And once you invest in this, we have promised that everybody who invests in this, we are going to give them at least a drawing, or possible drawing of your own villa that you can come up with in Nanyuki. This villa, this project is going an acre at a discounted price of 2.4 million cash and up to 2.5 million for 10 to 12 months. You only need to pay 20% deposit, 25% deposit, and balance the period that you select. Then due to public demand, we had to get something in Naivasha. In Naivasha, we have some project which is less than 350 meters from the tarmac, the Naivasha-Maimahiu Road, going for 550,000 and 650,000 for installment. This is next to PCA Academy that is on that road, just 350 meters from the main highway. We have Kitengela, which also came for those who wanted some places to stay. We have a project called in Kitengela Acacia, which is going for 1.05 million for a cash payment and 1.15 million for installment. Please note, the Kitengela project, we have 6 houses, beautiful mansionettes that have already been built by the customers. So that is going to be a gated community, which is ideal for residential. Going forward, last year when I was in Bristol, they demanded I get them some projects in Diani, and I was able to get some projects in Diani, Tiwi Beach, and we have this project going for 1 million. It's less than 1.3 kilometers from the beach. We have another one which have few plots remaining, phase 2, which is going for 750. Again, that is 2.3 kilometers from the beach. And we have the phase 1, which we started with. Again, that was going for 650 then, but today it's valued at 750. So if you'd want to invest in all those, Diani is a very beautiful location. I always fall in love with it as well. For those who are looking to invest in Juja Farm, we have partnered with another company, which are providing plots of 40 by 80 at 790 cash and 850 installment. That one has a longest period of payment being 6 months. Before I finish, we have Narumoro. Due to public demand of affordable plots, again, we are able to get some projects in Malindi, Maleleni, which is less than 500 meters from tarmac. And this is 3 kilometers from the beach or from the coastline. And that is going for 125,000 cash, 150,000 installment, and 180. The titles are ready. Those who invested with us last month, your titles are ready. Please contact our office so that you can correct your titles. Then finally is Narumoro. Narumoro is going for 399,000. This is on the mountain side, not on the other side opposite. So as you go to the mountain, we have some good project which is almost touching the tarmac. It's less than 150 meters from the tarmac. I believe I have shared what we have. And today, if you use when you're investing and you use the code of the Investors Forum, just say Investors Forum when you invest, you are filling your form. Say Investors Forum, we are going to give you at least a small discount of, and I say it here in public, 10,000 shillings for the projects in Nanyuki, project in Diani, and project in Narumoro and Malindi. Please note, if you invest in all those projects and you put that code Investment Forum, you get a discount of 10,000, which in projects in Nanyuki, in Diani, in Malindi, and Narumoro. Those are select projects. Please note that so that you can also advise your friends as well. And to make the icing on the cake, Nyota Njema Real Estate came up with an app which has been very great game changer in our market, where we launched the app to ensure that you can be able to see your statements. For the customers here, you can confirm whether you're able to get your statements instantly. And the app is easy for property browsing. You can be able to see what you have. You can get information on what we got, interactive maps and invitations. And we have an online payment option for customers. Once you're a customer, you just go to your statement. If you want to pay now, you just say pay now, and it gives you an STK push with your PIN requirement. You put the PIN, and it's as simple as that. That is one of the game changers. The app is Nyota Njema app, available on Android and App Store. We also have the benefits. You can refer friends, and whenever you refer a friend and they buy, we are going to give you 3% cashback, which goes to your e-wallet on the app. That is something to motivate us to use the app in this technologically developed environment. So we thank our customers from these countries. UK has been big. USA, we have quite a number of customers from there. Germany, Australia, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, France, Netherlands, Austria, Italy, just to mention but a few. These are a few of the customers that have come to us. If you'd want to invest with us, please chat there. Somebody is going to chat. The number is 0725-28895895. Feel free to invest with us. And now, at this point, I want to share our awards. Last year, we were given the Nyota of the Year by Kipra. I still hold the award because this year they didn't have the awards. So I'm the Nyota of the Year in the country. And again, we are accorded several other awards, as you can see from the screen. So may I, at this point, post and thank you all for listening to me as I pass the mic back to Precious to help me moderate on question and answer. Thank you for listening to me for that time without pausing like a radio presenter. Thank you. Precious, over to you.
Thank you so much, CEO Mr. Perminus Kariuki. We really appreciate for that insightful session. And I can see some questions are flowing very fast. And I will go straight away to the first question by Faith. And Faith is asking which is the lowest amount that someone can pay per month.
Great. I'll start by saying in Malindi, you can pay as low as 12,500 per month. So that is the lowest we have in Malindi, 12,500. In Anyuki, 20,000 per month. And in other subsequent areas, they vary based on the value of the property.
I think the other question is basically about Juja, and the question by Maureen is which area it is coming, it's located.
It is in Juja Farm. Juja Farm, from Juja Farm, as you go down, you go straight from Juja Farm Junction where the tarmac where the tarmac reaches. Then you go straight down for about 4 kilometers. That is where the projects are in that neighborhood. So I will not specifically say it is this one because we have 3 of them that we give customers an option to choose.
Thank you so much. The questions I think will be coming going forward, but I want to just pick 2 comments from Alice. Alice is saying that this is a great session and you're doing a great job, Nyota Njema. John is saying we are glad to have hosted you in Europe and ensuring that you visited the 5 countries. And I can't see any more questions, but I'm asking us if we have any questions. Our office line is 0728-895-895. You can reach out anytime and someone will respond to us anytime we have any queries or we have any persons that we need to refer for investment projects. Thank you very much for the time you have given us from wherever you have logged in, and we truly appreciate. Any other comments, any other questions, you can reach us on either our CRM, our email, or our phone number, or you can just visit our website on www.nyotanjema.com, or you can as well send a representative to our office. Our office is located at Thika Road, along off Thika Road at Mountain Mall, 2nd floor, suite C21. Thank you very much.
Maybe, Precious, before we go, I could ask maybe if there's a client who would want to comment and tell us how their journey has been. I can see Aaron has been there for the whole time. Aaron, how are you? You can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
I'm very well, thank you, Mr. Perminus. And how are you?
Very well. Good to see you. How is Bristol?
Oh, it's great. Well, we've got a little bit of summer coming.
Yes.
It's getting warmer, so we are soaking ourselves with a bit of sunshine.
Thank you. How has it been for you with Diani? Because I know you're one of our greatest customers in Diani.
Yeah, it's so far so good. We have been making some good progress. I would say I'm very grateful for accommodating us in making those payments. Sometimes they come the way you want them to come, but sometimes you've got commitments and you end up not. But you've been very accommodating, so we are very grateful for that. I can't say we've had any problems with the online payment. Very grateful for you setting it up. We've been making payments online, and everything has been so far so good and nice and smooth. So we are almost, we hope to get there very soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to see you soon. I'm hoping to be there soonest possible. I
You're
can see
welcome.
Matthew is also on course, although he has put his phone as an iPhone, but I can tell that is Matthew from Peterborough. Matthew.
Hello, Perminus. How
Matthew.
everyone?
Very well.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to hear from you. That was very clear, very articulate. So well done.
Thank you. By the way, we met at the Swahili Mass, and I know your wife was able to come and see. What was the feedback from her?
So it's very positive. Actually, you
Yes.
saw what happened after that. Yeah. I had to get the Narumoro one. I was like, told you have to get me that. So that's what happened.
Thank you for the feedback. That melts our hearts to know that we are increasing and we are serving our customers to the best of their capacity.
Yeah, we wait for you. We're waiting for you during this summer. I know you're coming, so I'll organize a few men.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And Esther is, let me see, Monica, you are there in the UK as well. Before I give Kimani from France.
Yeah.
Hi, Monica.
Am I able to, can you hear me?
Yes, very audible. Unmute again. Somebody has muted you by mistake, maybe.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm in London and I'm so happy to see. 1 second, I'm just somewhere where just a minute, please. Yeah, I'm happy to see the growth in Nyota Njema from 2022 and where the Nyota Njema is at the moment. And one thing I can say is it's one of the companies, these are comments now, one of those companies you can trust. I've seen from the day one, from the first time it was brought back then, 2022, and now we are still going far. So I can say this is a company to invest in, and whatever they say, that's what they deliver. So Nyota Njema to the world. Yes, Bwana Perminus, we are waiting for you, and we're looking forward to seeing you again in UK.
Thank you very much, and say hi to the people in London. Let me give somebody from Dubai, Jacqueline Kenywa, if you can hear me. Jackie Kenywa. There's an ambush, so I have not prepared anyone. So whenever you are called, be ready.
Hi, how is everyone?
Hi.
I will just not do the video because where I am is at night. So I'm
sorry
so
for
happy to hear that. Yeah, it's okay. Though you see, this is how it keeps us awake because this is a sure thing that we did before even we knew or seen you. So yeah, keep up the good work, and for sure, looking back to see you in Dubai. And
thank you.
So much more people are looking forward. Thank you, and continue the good work.
Thank you very much, and I believe we'll continue to write up investment on. Let me ask John Kimani before Francis comes on board. John Kimani, are you there from Paris?
Yes, here I am. Hello, everybody. John
Hi.
Kimani here from France. We are happy to have this session, and we are also happy to have received you in France and Europe. Looking forward to work together with you. A lot of positive response coming from the people you met. And we are happy to have you on board and as one of our investment partners. Asante sana na karibu tena Europe.
Thank you, John. And Harrison, are you there? Harrison was also here today in the office. Harrison?
Yes, I'm around Perminus. Yeah, asante sana. I represent Netherlands, although I'm now in Kenya. I was very happy to come to your office today. Thank you for the treatment, VIP treatment. Yeah, so as I promised, I'm looking forward to not only promote what you're doing, your work, but also to invest in some of the projects that you're doing. As I said, I'm interested in Malindi, and with my friends also interested in Malindi as well as Nanyuki, and hoping that we are going to deliver these projects to the clients that are willing to buy.
Thank you very much. Let me ask Joram Omagui from Groster to say something. Yes, I know you're from Groster. And as he comes on board, please, members, if you can just text a comment on what has impressed you most today, we'll be very happy. Just give us a positive comment, and we'll be able to get happy even as we plan the next one. There's Joram, then Murithi Nyawira, Daktari, you can also say something.
Habari zenyu wote. Thank you, Perminus, for giving me this opportunity to express my gratitude for your great works there in Kenya. Mimi ni mtu wa Nyanyuki, unanijua. I love investing there. And
Yes.
I love the sun. Huku UK, it's so cold. And I told Perminus, Apple, sijui nani alikupeleka huko, but I think it's a blessing. And I'll continue investing there. And I will encourage anyone who is young, who wants to invest, who is thinking about their future, to get into such investment, because there is guarantee that this investment will never depreciate. And that is the key word that Perminus always talk about. And I think I have drunk your Kool-Aid, is it? Thank you, Perminus.
Thank you.
Everything. And karibuni wote to every new investor and the potential investors and those who have already invested to continue with their great works. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am so grateful. Joram is one of our repeat customers. He has invested and reinvested and brought her whole family to us. Thank you for sharing that opportunity. Dr. Murithi, you can say something?
Hi, brother. Good to see you. How are you doing?
Very well.
It's great to be here also to learn quite a number of things on investment. And for sure, Nyota Njema has been such a great force in this country because of its reliability, lighting up the people's worlds. And we are so happy for you, seeing you grow from a young man, seeing you growing to do so many things. I'm so happy. I think I met you when you were in second year, and you've been consistent. And I know we've been in many places together. So wishing you well. And yes, I can tell everyone here, he's a man we can trust, the son of Wanjiru. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Let me ask Monica Jaga. I believe she's in New Jersey. Monica, if I'm not wrong, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. If you can speak, I know you must be at work right now, as Josephat also comes on board.
Oh, I'm sorry, Monica Jaga. I'm in France. I'm not yet a client, but maybe looking forward with the information. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I thought it's another Monica Jaga from New Jersey, but you see.
Oh, so you have another Monica Jaga then maybe.
You're going to be our second one. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
And finally, Josephat, before we conclude, we started at 9:10. We will stop at 10:10.
Yes, Perminus, thank you so much. My name is Josephat from America here in New Hampshire. I was once an intern in Nyota Njema, and Nyota Njema is still part of me. And now I am an investor, and I'm so proud. And you're doing a good job, especially in matters to do with financial literacy and educating us. So thank you so much. And I want to commend your team on matters with communication. They are doing a very good job with follow-ups on WhatsApp and even emails. So thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if I don't give this lady called Maureen from Northampton, I'm going to be killed when I go there. Maureen, please say something.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, my name is Maureen. I live in UK, Northampton. Congratulations to you, Kariuki, on your selling your land. It was wonderful getting to know you throughout this process. And thank you so much. Also, I visited your office with VIP. Thank you so much. And we are waiting for you in UK next month.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Thank you very much. And we are grateful. And before I forget, there's somebody who was attending a start service and she has just joined. And the moment I saw her the first time, she told me, mimi sitaki mambo ya mashamba. Bishop, are you able to speak and say hi? I know I've put you on spot.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry, I've just finished my meeting that I had and I just logged in.
Thank you.
I was thinking you are even finished. Yes. Like
You
Perminus
actually finish for us with a prayer after you speak.
Yeah, I just want to encourage somebody here. Probably you haven't gotten a land with Nyota Njema. I personally thought this young man is playing games like anybody else. And therefore, when he came here and I met him in July, I told him I'm not interested with those games. I, in fact, told him once bitten, twice shy. So I don't want those stories. But I went to Kenya in October. To my surprise, he took me to Nyanyuki. I saw the place. And I went in December and he put my titles, not one, titles in my hands. I was shocked. So this man is authentic, is real. It's not easy to bend my hand. It's not easy because I've lost a lot when we come to the business of buying lands and whatever. But I can tell you, if God makes me a millionaire now, I'll run again to Nyanyuki and grab as many plots as I can. So I want to encourage you that these guys are authentic. I've been in his office somewhere in, I don't know those areas, Kahawa, somewhere. Yeah. Yes, I've been there. And I went there with my driver who also got encouraged and decided, you know what, I'm also buying a piece of land. So if you are here, Maureen, you are the one I found talking, and you haven't bought a land in Nyanyuki or Marindi or wherever, please, you have the right guy. He's a young man who is very authentic. One of the things I love about him, he fears the Lord. And as you have heard him use my title, Bishop, it doesn't mean that I sleep in heaven and I come in the morning. I am here with you guys. But I love people who love God. And I am so happy that, to be honest, I call him my son. Because in fact, he's younger than my son. So when I see somebody like this, who is really authentic and prepared to do things in a transparent way, it touches my heart, because we have so many people going around, but yet you don't have a testimony you can lay your hands on. So I heard Maureen say you are coming to United Kingdom.
Yes.
My house is open, is your mom's house. So
Thank
don't
you.
allow Maureen.
I will not.
When I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I have found so many of you, but I can tell you 45 people today. If any one of you hasn't bought a piece of land, run. This one is authentic. I've been there. I've seen them. I have titles from Nyota in my hands, not one. Like I have said, that's why I'm using S, titles, because I found an authentic. In fact, I told him, those are the ones I told him in Reading. I don't want him to kora mimi kiti sitaki. Wito ne kere nyaga kwa gunjara ya kira keri kubio. Emu na kwenda boro wa mekora ni yondigithia ne tonogete ne kuiwa. But I can tell you, he has proved himself that is what he is. And when he says he fear God, he's a doer. So it's good to be just what you are. You should be Perminus in the night and Perminus in the day.
Amen.
I can assure you that this young man is. I've received so many testimonies, even from very prominent men in Kenya who have met with him, who have invested with him, and they are very proud of him.
Yeah.
So you're up. You are in the right place. I was told after my lecture, I just pray.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Bishop.
Thank you
Amen.
very much.
All right, let's pray. Everlasting to everlasting, Almighty God, Jehovah Shammah, Jehovah Jireh, we praise you tonight. Thank you for loving us so much, and even for connecting us with this type of a business, with a man who fears you and he references you as the Lord, Savior, and the King of Kings. Emmanuel, we are forever very grateful that you have brought us together as a family so that we can celebrate that which you have promised your children. You say the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Thank you for giving us the earth through the hands of Perminus Kariuki. May your name be glorified. May your name be exalted on high. I don't know most of the things that they have spoken because I've just come in as they were finishing. But one thing I know is that everything that has been deliberated on is spot on. And I bless your name. I exhort you. Bless every man, every woman who is in this meeting. Those who have not been able to invest, King of Glory, I pray that you give them a nudge to quickly do that, because their money will never be lost and they will not neglect. Because myself, I have touched the land this man is talking about. And Father, I pray that even as many go to that place as you did it on my time, people will give their lives to Christ, because that is what you did in Nyanyuke. I give you praise and I honor you tonight. Bless every one of us, increase us in every area. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, and in the name of the Holy Spirit, I pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Amen.
Sorry for my voice. I have de naoma. Nikio mo de gwangia ta modongo ndende twingaga.
Thank you very much, Ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
And to everybody who has joined us online and even on this chat, on this call, we are so honored and we are grateful that you could be able to join us. And we look forward to doing this more. Maybe the next time I can invite a lawyer to speak about some legal jargons, which I may not be able to speak. Invite a friend. We'll share the links with all the people who are able to participate today. The meeting has been recorded so that you can be able to go and get us. Let's spread the good news. They say evil prevail when good people do nothing. Let's just do something and make sure we write up investment world. God bless you. May you have a good night. And for those who have a good day, you have a good day. You can leave a comment of appreciation at the chat, and we'll be more than glad to appreciate. God bless you. Have a good evening, good morning, and a good day for those in the US. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Perminus.
Thank you.